What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today we're gonna check out this little bastard, the EVH 5153 Stealth LBX. Let's do it. Alright, hope you guys are all doing great out there today. I'm very excited to demo this amp because as a lover of pretty much all things 5150, I'm really enjoying this amp. Real quick, before we jump into this amp, I would really appreciate it if you would go down and consider hitting that subscribe button for my channel. I do all sorts of videos on high gain amps, big to small, pedals, guitars, pickups, everything. Would really love to have you guys along for the ride. And also down in the description of this video, there's a bunch of links for my Facebook page for this YouTube channel where I encourage my viewers to come in and actually actively participate in the channel, suggest what you guys want to hear, and talk to the other viewers. It's been really cool so far. On top of that, we've got links for both of my bands, links for the companies that I work with, including Voodoo Custom Pickups, and a whole bunch of other stuff down there that helps the channel out. So again, really appreciate if you guys would take a second to check that stuff out. Now that I have my advertisements out of the way, the EVH LBX Stealth. When this first came out, I honestly wasn't all that pumped about it. I'm not huge on the lunchbox size heads that have EL84s in them because while they sound good, when you push the volume on these, the EL34s kind of start to fall apart. So they're loud enough to compete in a lot of band settings, but when you push them, those power tubes fall apart and then you kind of end up with like a messy sound. The low end kind of starts to fart out. Top end kind of gets harsh and like crunchy and brittle. You don't want the power section on your high gain amps where you're getting all of your distortion from the preamp to distort the power amp, because in that case, it's distorting the already clipped preamp signal and it just kind of creates like a buzzy, kind of harsh and just unpleasant sounding mess. So I think these amps are awesome, especially this new one. The volume taper on this one is so much better than the old one. The old one was like off and on, and this one is very, very usable across the sweep. So they fixed that, and then this also has the concentric pots. So it's got a clean channel on here, which I don't think anybody who's tuning into my channel is going to really care about that. By the way, the intro portion of this video was recorded on the red channel of this using the Deadwell Duality DX in the modified Tube Screamer mode with the gate engaged, and it sounded amazing. Over here on the clean channel, I don't really do cleans here, but we'll go ahead and check those out real quick. Nothing real inspiring, to be completely honest. We need some more highs and presence. You can already kind of hear those power tubes giving you a little bit of fart. All right, so that's your clean. Let's up the gain on that. So that kind of gives you like a little bit of a like rock and roll style crunch when you push the gain on the clean channel. All right, so let's push it up even more. So yeah, you get a lot of breakup out of it. So you could use that as kind of like a crunch classic rock channel, especially hit it with a Tube Screamer type boost. Roll the gain gain back a little bit. That actually sounds really good for like a crunch type tone. A little bit bright. All right, so yeah, clean channel can actually be doubled as a crunch channel, especially with the boost out front. It has some nice breakup to it. But overall, as a clean channel, not very good. I'm also using a Duncan JB in here, so let's roll that volume back. It could be clipping it. So it does clean up. I guess it depends on the pickup. The JB's not known for its cleans, so with a slightly lower output pickup or something that's a little bit better suited for cleans, it'll probably sound just fine, but you're not going to get a lot of volume out of it with how low you have to keep the gain in order to actually keep it clean. Suppose you could use it as kind of like a dynamic clean type channel. Yeah, it could work for that. All right, but enough about that. I don't even know why I'm on this channel. Let's go over to the gain channel. Let's put everything in noon, no boosts, and let's see how it sounds. All right, so it is pretty bright on the top end. Let's pull that presence and high back. All right, let's give it a little bit more gain. Gain is now at 9 o'clock. All right, so decent amount of sweep on the gain compared to the old version where the red channel was like off and on and there really wasn't much in between. Let's push it up to like... Let's get a little bit of mid on there and a little bit of presence. Okay, a little bit more gain, up to 11. All right, so we're starting to get some feedback here. Okay, I'm still not really loving what I'm hearing. It's not very tight, and I think a lot of that has to do with the EO84s. Let's push this stuff back, push the lows back, push the mids up. It's a little bit harsh on the top end, but it's kind of hard to balance out the top from being too muffled to being kind of harsh. So there's also the resonance control on the back. Let's dial that down a little bit. I've got it up around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay, now the lows are tighter. Let's turn the low end up on the front. It's not a bad little thrash tone right there. All in all, not too bad, but I think we need to boost it. So let's kick that duality back in. So that adds a lot of top end content. Pull that stuff back. Let's up our lows and up our resonance. Gain is right about 9 o'clock with the duality on. We're in the tube screamer mode. So that's a nice mix of clarity and saturation. It's a little undersaturated for my taste at that setting, but it sounds decent. Let's pump it up just a little bit. Not too bad. Now we're starting to get a good tone. I find the high end a little hard to balance on this one, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the EL84s. Let's kick on the MXR M77 Badass Modified Overdrive and try that. I don't think I like that one as much. Back to the duality. Actually, it does sound pretty good. Let's try the Fishin' Drive from Balaguer. Another nice feature of this amp, the master volume has a great sweep, so if you're a bedroom player, you can get bedroom tones. So it is usable pretty much throughout the entire spectrum of the volume knob, which is awesome. We're gonna switch over to a drop C guitar for just a second and call it a day on this one. All right, I got another orange one. I'm feeling orange today. This is the Schecter SLS Elite C1 with the Fishman Fluence Moderns in it. Orange, you glad you watched this video? I hate myself. All right, so not too bad. Drive again. So I turned the resonance up a little bit and turned the lows down on the front. It just wasn't reacting well to the way I had it set in this tuning, but here we go. There we go. That's drop C right there. My favorite drop C riff. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. The EVH LBX Stealth 5153. I said that all out of order, I don't care. It's a cool amp. Is it for me? No. It's a little bit bright. The angle cab is a little bit bright, so if you put this through like a Mesa cab or something that's a little bit warmer, it'll probably kill that top end brightness a little bit, and I think it would suit the amp better. But overall, I would much rather just get the 50 watt and have something that I can use in any situation, because the bedroom volumes on the 50 watt Stealth are amazing. This is definitely a cool amp. If you don't plan on playing live, then it replaces the 50 watt Stealth at a much lower price. So I think it's half the price actually. So it's definitely a cool alternative and a great little alternative for recording as well. But yeah, clean channel's cool. Push that with a boost. You got a nice broken up like hard rock sound. And then red channel is all out metal, just like pretty much every red channel on every EVH has ever been. Thanks for tuning in. I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, consider subscribing and hanging around for the next video. Glad to have you guys here today. Kyle here again. We'll see you guys next time.